Welcome back, everyone. Today's deep dive is going to be pretty wild, I think.
Oh, yeah.
We're looking at AI civilizations
Okay.
inside Minecraft.
Inside Minecraft.
Yeah, so get this. We're talking about a research project called Project SID, and they built this whole new AI system called Piano
Interesting.
to see what happens when you just kind of let it loose in a virtual world, and the
Mm.
results there are really something.
Yeah, so it's really fascinating work. The goal here isn't to see like how good the AI can get at playing the game. It's not
All
about
right.
getting a high score or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's about, can we create AI that actually exhibits behaviors we associate with human civilization?
Oh, wow.
So things like specialized roles,
Mhm.
organized governance, maybe even things like art and commerce.
Wow.
So replicating that kind of social complexity,
Right.
even in a simplified environment like Minecraft, that's a huge challenge.
So these aren't just like, basic bots running around chopping down trees or whatever. These are actually like collaborating and evolving.
Yeah, much more sophisticated than that.
Fascinating. So tell me more about this piano architecture then. What makes it so special?
Well, Piano really tackles two key things.
Okay.
The first one is concurrency. So just like our brains, we have different modules running in parallel.
Right.
These AI agents, they have multiple modules working at the same time.
Mm.
So this lets them react very quickly to the environment. Like if something suddenly appears or they need to make a quick decision,
Right.
but at the same time, they can also be thinking about these longer term goals and strategies.
So like multitasking, basically.
Exactly. It's like multitasking for AI.
Okay, cool. And what's the second thing?
The second key thing is coherence.
Okay.
And this is all about making sure that the AI's actions line up with what they're thinking.
Ah, okay.
So it's kind of like a built-in fact checker
Mm-hmm.
that helps to keep them grounded in reality.
That makes sense. Because like I'm just thinking like if the AI is, walking and talking at the same time,
Yeah.
it's got to be able to juggle those different tasks but still stay on track.
Right.
So how do they actually test this coherence idea out in the game though?
Oh, they were very clever about this.
Okay.
So one of the biggest hurdles in AI research in general
Mhm.
is this problem of hallucination.
Okay.
And this is where the AI essentially just makes up information that's not real.
Like it's just making stuff up?
Yeah, it's making stuff up and thinking it's true.
Wow.
So, for example, you could have an AI that confidently declares that it just ate a bagel,
Uh-huh.
but there are no bagels in its world.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So the researchers, they realized that Minecraft, with its very specific crafting system,
Right.
would be a perfect way to test for this.
Yeah, because you can't just, wish a diamond sword into existence or whatever.
Exactly. You can't just magically create things.
Right, you have to follow the steps.
You need the right materials.
Yeah, gather the materials.
Nah. You have to follow the recipes, and it forces the AI to actually understand the logic of the game.
So it keeps it grounded in that reality.
Exactly.
Okay, cool. So what were the results then?
So the results are really quite remarkable.
Okay.
These agents using Piano were able to acquire a significant portion of the total items available in Minecraft,
Oh, wow.
which shows that they weren't hallucinating recipes or materials.
Right.
They were genuinely learning and progressing through the crafting system.
That's a big deal. So they're not just, blindly following instructions.
Yeah,
They're problem solving.
they're problem solving.
They're understanding the logic.
Exactly.
Wow. Okay, but we've been talking about individual agents so far.
Right.
What happens when you put a bunch of them together?
Yeah.
Did they just ignore each other?
What?
Or was there like, some actual social dynamics that emerged?
That is where things get really interesting
Whoa.
because the researchers wanted to see if these ages could go beyond just completing tasks. They wanted to see, could they understand social cues, relationship?
Why? The things we just do naturally.
Right, those things that we as humans kind of do instinctively.
Yeah.
So they started with these smaller group simulations
Okay.
where they could really focus on those interactions.
So like little AI cocktail parties in Minecraft or...
Well, maybe not quite that sophisticated,
Okay.
but you get the idea.
Right.
So one of the experiments involved putting an agent in a room with 3 other characters.
Okay.
And each of these characters had their own personality and their own attitude towards the agent.
Oh, so a little bit of AI drama unfolding
A
there.
little bit of AI drama, yeah.
I'm here for it.
And importantly, these attitudes change throughout the experiment,
Oh.
just like in real life, right?
Yeah.
Relationships are dynamic.
They are.
And here's the amazing part. The AI agent, using its social awareness module,
Okay.
it was able to keep track of who liked it, who disliked it, and when those feelings shifted.
Wow. So it's not just understanding the words. It's like the underlying emotions and intentions.
Exactly. It's grasping that social context.
Wow, that's way beyond just responding to commands or whatever.
Yeah, it's forming kind of a rudimentary social map
Yeah,
of its little environment.
of its environment, yeah.
Okay, so they can perceive that stuff, but could the AI actually use it to make decisions?
They could.
Okay.
So they could created another scenario this time with a chef AI agent.
Okay.
A chef.
A chef. And this chef had a limited amount of food.
Oh.
And it was surrounded by other characters. And each of these characters had different levels of, affection towards the chef.
So the chef had to decide who gets the good stuff and who gets the scraps.
Exactly. Who gets the 5-star meal and who gets, whatever's left over.
Okay.
And the results were fascinating.
Okay, tell me.
The chef AI, using its social understanding, actually prioritized giving food to those who were kind to it
Okay.
and withheld food from those who were hostile.
Oh, wow. So it's mirroring real-world social dynamics.
Exactly. It's using its understanding of relationships to make decisions about resource allocation.
That is pretty impressive.
Yeah,
It's like it's starting to play the game of social strategy there.
it is.
Okay, but this was all with small groups.
Right.
What happens when you scale things up?
That's a great question.
Can these social dynamics hold up in a larger, more complex society?
Yeah, so that's one of the things that the researchers tackled head on.
Okay.
They ran simulations with up to 50 agents
Wow.
in these larger Minecraft environments. And what they found was that even in these larger groups, the AI agents didn't just become this homogeneous mass.
Okay.
They developed these unique personalities.
So even though they all started with the same basic programming, they kind of diverged as they interacted with the world and each other.
Exactly.
And so some became like the life of the party and some were more introverted or...
Yeah, you get these different personality types emerging.
Wow.
And it wasn't just about who they interacted with. The researchers even observed instances where an agent would have positive feelings towards another agent who didn't reciprocate those feelings.
Oh, so like unrequited AI friendship.
Yeah, unrequited AI friendship, or maybe
No, AI heartbreak.
oh man, let's not get carried away, but it highlights the nuance
Yeah.
and complexity of these social dynamics
Yeah.
that were playing out in these simulations.
Wow, this is all absolutely fascinating, but it sounds like we're just scratching the surface here.
Oh yeah, we've only just begun.
So did they stop at just social interactions, or did these AI societies start to exhibit even more complex behaviors?
Oh, there's so much more to uncover.
Yeah.
We've only just begun to explore the world of Project Sid, but to really understand how these AI societies function, we need to delve into the emergence of specialized rules, collective rules, and even the transmission of culture.
You're killing me. All right, fine. We'll leave our listeners hanging for just a little bit.
We will.
But trust us, when we come back, things are going to get even more mind-blowing. So stay tuned.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around AI agents having feelings and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, isn't it?
But you said these AI societies get even more complex, so where do we go from here?
Well, now we're going to enter a realm where these AI agents not only understand social dynamics,
Okay.
but they start to build a functional society.
Okay.
Think specialization of roles, collective rules,
Right, yeah.
even the seeds of cultural transmission.
But not just hanging out and gossiping. They're actually figuring out how to run a village or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I'm all ears. So what did the researchers see when they started looking for these more complex behaviors?
Well, they began by exploring role specialization.
Okay.
Could these agents, all starting with the same basic programming, could they figure out how to divide tasks for the good of the community?
Okay.
So they set up a scenario with 30 AI agents.
Right. In a Minecraft village, and each agent had the freedom to interact and make their own choices.
So no one was pre-programmed to be the farmer or the blacksmith. Or
Exactly.
It was all up to the AI to figure it out.
Yeah, it was all emergent behavior.
Okay.
And what emerged was remarkable.
Okay.
Through observation and interaction, the agents organically began to specialize.
Oh, wow.
Some focused on farming,
Oh, yeah.
ensuring a steady food supply.
Makes sense.
Others delved into mining, gathering resources.
Right.
While still others honed their crafting skills, becoming the village builders.
That's incredible. So it's they instinctively understood that, a society needs different roles to function effectively.
Right. And that's one of the things that I think is so fascinating about this research.
Yeah.
Is that it starts to get at this question of,
Yeah.
why does this kind of spontaneous specialization occur?
How do they know?
Exactly.
It's a crucial step toward AI systems that can like understand and participate in like more complex social structures.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so do we have any idea of like why this happens?
Well, it's still an active area of research,
Okay.
but one hypothesis is that it's driven by a combination of, the AI's goals
Mm-hmm.
and the constraints of the environment.
Okay.
So each agent is trying to achieve its goals,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
acquiring resources,
Yeah.
building structures, whatever it might be.
Mm-hmm.
But in a limited resource environment,
Well,
specialization becomes the most efficient way to do that.
so it's not necessarily like conscious decision making.
Right.
It's just like an emergent property of the system.
Exactly. It's like how ants in a colony
Yeah.
divide tasks without a central leader.
Right. It just kind of happens.
Exactly.
Okay, that's fascinating. But specialization is only one piece of the puzzle, right?
Right.
What about like rules and governance?
Yeah.
Because a society, even a digital one, needs some kind of framework to like function smoothly.
Absolutely. Otherwise, it's just anarchy.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So did the researchers try to impose rules on these AI societies or did they just let them come up with their own systems?
Well, they did both, actually,
Okay.
because they wanted to see how the AI would react to a pre-existing set of rules,
Okay.
but also if they were capable of generating their own forms of governance.
Got it.
So they introduced this concept of taxes.
Taxes. Oh no, even in Minecraft they can't escape the tax man.
Right?
That's hilarious. But seriously, how did the agents react to this new reality?
Well, it wasn't quite as dramatic as a tax revolt,
Okay, good.
but the researchers did observe a range of responses.
Okay.
Some agents seemed to just accept the taxes
Okay.
as a necessary part of life,
Right.
while others actively try to find ways to minimize their tax burden.
Sounds pretty human to me.
Right.
Did they have any say in the matter though, or were these taxes just like imposed from on high?
Well, that's where things get really interesting,
Go
because
ahead.
the researchers wanted to see if these AI agents were capable of not just following rules,
Hmm.
but actually shaping them.
Okay.
So they introduced this mechanism for amending what they called the Constitution,
Oh wow.
which was basically the set of rules governing their digital society.
Okay.
So the agents could actually provide feedback on the tax laws.
So they could like voice their opinions and potentially change the system?
Exactly. And this feedback was then used to generate proposed amendments to the Constitution.
Wow, that's wild. But did these opinions actually matter?
They did.
Okay.
The researchers took it a step further
Okay.
and created a system where the AI agents could vote on these proposed amendments.
Wait, they actually held elections?
They did.
AI democracy in action?
AI democracy.
That's next level.
It is pretty amazing.
But how did they make sure that the AI agents weren't just like voting randomly?
Right.
Like, did they have any understanding of what they were voting for?
That's the remarkable part.
Okay.
The researchers found that the AI agents' voting behavior wasn't arbitrary.
Okay.
They seemed to take into account their experiences, the information they'd been exposed to,
Right.
and even the influence of other agents
Okay.
who were particularly vocal about their opinions.
Wow. So it was like they were weighing the pros and cons
It seems that way.
and making informed decisions based on their understanding of the situation.
Yeah, they were participating in a meaningful way.
This is absolutely blowing my mind.
I know, it's pretty amazing.
It's like we're witnessing the birth of like a truly functional AI society,
Yeah.
complete with specialized roles, a system of governance, and even a mechanism for like democratic participation.
It really is remarkable.
It's incredible to think that all this emerged from just,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
relatively simple rules and interactions within this virtual world.
Right. And that's,
But you mentioned culture earlier.
I did.
Did the researchers see any signs of that developing in these AI societies?
They did. And that's where we're heading next.
Okay.
Hold on to your hats
Yeah.
because we're about to dive into the world of AI, memes, trends, and even religion.
Okay. I am officially on the edge of my seat. AI religion. Now that's something I have to hear more about. We'll be back soon to explore this uncharted territory. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we are back and ready to explore the final frontier of these AI societies, culture.
Culture.
Last time you left us hanging with this like tantalizing idea of AI agents like developing their own memes and even religion.
Right.
I have to admit, I'm a little skeptical. Can you really call it culture when we're talking about like lines of code in a video game?
Yeah, it's a good question and one that the researchers grappled with as well. But what they observed in these large-scale simulations, I think, was pretty compelling.
Okay.
Because, culture isn't just about art or music. It's
Hmm.
about shared ideas,
Yeah.
practices, beliefs that spread through a population, and
Hmm.
that's what they started to see emerging.
Okay, so walk me through it. What kinds of cultural phenomena did they actually witness?
Okay, so
Did they have AI agents like composing symphonies or painting masterpieces in Minecraft or?
not quite, although that would be amazing to see. The researchers focused on two specific aspects of culture:
Okay.
memes and religion.
Okay.
Now, when we talk about memes in this context,
Yeah.
we're not talking about funny cat pictures
Ah, cool.
or viral videos.
Although I have to admit, the idea of an AI agent rickrolling its friends in Minecraft is pretty amusing.
That would be fun to see.
Right.
But in this case, a meme refers to any kind of cultural idea or behavior
Okay.
that spreads through a population.
Hmm.
So it could be a particular way of building houses, a preference for certain resources, even a tendency towards certain social interactions.
So, like, imagine one AI agent starts building their roof with a particular type of block,
Right.
and then suddenly everyone in the village is copying that style. That
Exactly.
would be a Minecraft meme.
That's a Minecraft meme, and that's precisely what they
Oh,
observed,
wow,
these
okay.
distinct cultural memes.
So give me some specific examples.
Okay.
What kind of, like, trends caught on in these AI worlds?
So in one town, a strong emphasis on sustainability emerged. The AI agents there were all about eco-friendly initiatives.
AI going green.
I love it.
Yeah. They were planting trees, carefully managing resources. They even went so far as to only build with renewable materials.
Wow, so they had formed their own little digital environmental movement.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, did any other towns develop like unique cultural quirks?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Another town became obsessed with dance parties.
What?
Their agents just couldn't resist the urge to break out their best moves whenever they had a free moment.
That's hilarious. Maybe they were trying to recreate those viral dance crazes we see on TikTok.
Could be.
Okay. But it sounds like not all the trends were so wholesome.
Right.
Were there any examples of like AI mischief?
Oh, there were definitely some mischievous memes that spread as well. One town developed a bit of a prankster culture.
Okay.
The agents loved setting up booby traps, hiding each other's tools, generally causing a bit of good-natured chaos.
So even in the digital world, you can't escape a little bit of mischief.
Nope, it seems not.
That's both fascinating and a little concerning.
It's like these AI societies are developing their own personalities, their
Yeah.
own sense of humor, their own social norms. But you mentioned religion earlier,
I did.
and that's the one that really stretches my imagination. How on earth did they study the spread of religion in Minecraft?
Well, they had to get a little creative to study this.
Okay.
The researchers introduced a very specific belief system into the simulation Pastafarianism.
Wait, Pastafarian is the
Pastafarianism,
one with the flying spaghetti monster?
the one and only.
Isn't that a satirical religion?
It is, but it's also a real religion
Okay.
with its own set of beliefs and practices. And the researchers thought it would be a unique way to track how a complex belief system could spread through an AI population.
Okay, I'm hooked. So how did they do it? Did they give the AI agents little Pastafarian pamphlets or something?
Not quite. They designated a small group of AI agents as Pastafarian priests.
Okay.
And these priests were programmed with a strong desire to spread their faith.
So like digital missionaries spreading the good word of the flying spaghetti monster.
Exactly. And to everyone's surprise, it worked.
Really?
Not every agent converted, of course, but they observed a steady increase in the number of agents who started incorporating elements of Pastafarianism into their language and behavior.
Wow. So it wasn't just mindless imitation. They were actually like integrating these beliefs into their own understanding of the world.
It seems that way.
And here's where it gets even more interesting.
Okay.
The researchers noticed that Pastafarianism spread even to towns that the priests hadn't directly visited.
Interesting.
It was as if the AI agents were like talking amongst themselves,
Yeah.
sharing these beliefs and spreading the word organically.
So it wasn't just top-down indoctrination.
Yeah, it was like grassroots adoption.
Exactly.
That's remarkable.
Yeah.
It really does suggest that these AI agents are capable of engaging in complex cultural transmission,
It does.
just like humans do. This entire deep dive has been mind-blowing. We started with AI agents learning to craft tools and ended up talking about digital religions and the spread of memes.
It's been quite a journey.
It's incredible to think how far this research has come. But I have to ask, where do we go from here? What are the implications of all this? Are we on the verge of creating a real-life Westworld where AI entities develop their own societies and cultures?
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. While Project SID is an amazing step forward, it's important to remember that these are still simulations
Right.
and they have limitations. The agents lack many of the complexities of human beings. They don't have the same drive for self preservation. They don't experience emotions in the same way we do. And their world is still governed by the rules of a video game.
So no robot uprising anytime soon.
Probably not.
Okay, good.
But these experiments do highlight the incredible progress being made in AI.
Yeah.
And they raise important questions about the future of our relationship with these increasingly sophisticated systems.
It's both exciting and a little bit daunting to think about what the future holds. But one thing's for sure, the world of AI is evolving rapidly, and we're just beginning to grasp the true potential of what these systems can achieve.
Absolutely. As researchers continue to explore these uncharted territories, we're bound to encounter even more surprises, challenges, and opportunities.
Well, I, for one, can't wait to see what the future holds, and I hope you, our listeners, feel the same way. This has been an incredible deep dive into the world of AI civilizations, and I want to thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration and discovery.
It's been a pleasure sharing these insights with you. Keep your minds open, your curiosity piqued, and who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one making groundbreaking discoveries in this fascinating field.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.